everybody, welcome back to Noob Gaming, guys, and today in this video we are beating another world record. My gosh, how many have we done? For real, I have been posting so many videos about beating world records. Anyway, guys, so we're beating the first place world record for, casual, only, like, solo, for Abandoned City. Now, this was actually very interesting. I think this was, like, my 4th or 5th attempt at or trying to do this. One of my big problems with this map, like, firstly, like, the farms you have to have further away. So at the end of each wave, it's not like right next to them where you can quickly upgrade. You actually have to physically turn your character, which doesn't seem like a lot, but genuinely, in a map like U-Turn, for an example, you can have them right next to where you're placing all of your towers. So it's really helpful just to quickly upgrade. Here, it's a bit more annoying. But my main problem with this, of trying to get a fast time, is the buildings, right? Because, like, the starter waves, like, here, we're doing pretty well. We've got 2 brawlers, both at level 1, which is pretty good. I'm gonna need to place, I think, 1 or 2 more by wave 7. Upgrade them to level 2, at least 2 of them level 2 by wave 7. I'm always like, yo, I'll upgrade 3 to level 2, but I can never afford it, so we'll see. But, yeah, so when you get to the later waves, these buildings are actually a massive, massive problem. Because when you're trying to place down the wardens, oh, there you go, just completely destroyed the normal boss. When you're trying to place wardens in the later waves, you don't have much room. And you have to keep on placing them down, like, this road thingy. Which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it actually is, because that means that the range is a lot further away than the entrance, and it takes a lot more time for zombies to then walk into the range of those wardens for them to be able to take them out. So then the zombies would be getting a lot further, which means, essentially, it'll take a lot more time to take them out. It might be only, like, an extra 5-10 seconds, but, like, that's actually insanely bad, like, all my days. I like being able to place, like, you see here how I'm doing 2, like 1 and then a second one behind it? That's really good, and it's much better to do that than placing downwards. The only exception I will make of placing downwards is if I have the range equipped on the DJ, which have a lot further range, or it's a warden, which has more range than a brawler. It's only by, like, 0.5 or something, but that's still an average difference. Alright, now, another thing that's interesting with this run is I've been debating when to max my farms. Like, I don't really... If I had to write down what I'd do here, I wouldn't be able to do it. I just do. Like, I place farms. I don't really have a set thing of not upgrading them. But I usually don't upgrade my farms past level 3 until after wave 18. Like, that's just a thing I've got now, because it's a complete waste of money for these starter waves. Like, you can these are like where you can take the seconds off. It's a bit hard to take off seconds when you're fighting the boss. That's definitely a big thing. But yeah, so it's much better to take off seconds while you're in the beginning waves, which is why I don't actually upgrade my farms, because it means I can spend more money on upgrading the brawlers, especially when you get into wave 16 and 18. Which is when you have the slow boss and speedy boss. Yeah, like, that's a bit interesting, those waves. You need to have, I have 6 brawlers, all level 3. For the slow boss, I usually have 1 level 4 and a level 3 commander. That's what I do. The first time, actually, I usually had a level 2 commander, but I started using a level 3 commander because in one of my runs, the range couldn't get through all the brawlers. Now, usually that won't happen, but the reason why I'm continuously using the level 3 commander is that it then allows the buff to be a lot more than, what is it, like 30% or something, and then moves it up to 40, which is incredibly good. As you can see, we took it out with ease. Now, one thing that I normally do that I didn't do here is I didn't have any wardens. That is, I was actually, like, I was a bit surprised we took it out. And normally, like, some of the runs that I do bad is I forget wave 18 comes out, like, straight away. And the speedy boss comes as soon as wave 18 turns on. So, That's why here, I'm spamming the upgrade button for these wardens, because I have to upgrade. You see, it just comes out straight away, so I have to be really ready. So it's a bit hard to rely on the money you're getting from your farms for wave 18 to be able to place the wardens. You need to have them there one wave earlier, because otherwise it's just too close to be able to upgrade and place it when it's going so fast and it's just come out. If that makes sense. Which is why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Now, this is another interesting thing, is maxing farms. I explained this in my last video. Like, it can be good, but you're pretty much better off spending money on your defense once you're past, like, wave 25. So, I've currently got, what is this? I've got, like, 2 or 3 max farms right now. Maybe even 1. I've got 1 max farm. Like, that's actually pretty good. Getting 4 max farms, like, that's the minimum max amount of farms you need. 5 or 6, I like 6 is a good amount of max farms to have. That's just, yeah. Commanders, I usually have 1 commander. I placed a second one, like, I don't know what wave I placed it. Like wave 22 or 25 or something. There we go, just max another farm. But I like having only 2 commanders, because you can spend more money on your defense, more on wardens, more on upgrading the brawlers. And like, you can't exactly chain, but you can chain where there's only a 5-second gap where you don't have an ability. And like, instead of spending like another 25,000 on a max commander, it's much better just have 2 max. As you can see, guys, I left 2 farms unmaxed. Now, I'm not going to upgrade those. Those are just going to stay level 3, because I just don't need to. Yeah, so Brawler can now see hidden. I'm not sure actually when they changed that, but that was actually a really broken thing that they'd do. Like, I remember back in the old days of Molten, I'd have to place a Warden for wave 13, and that got a little bit hard sometimes, but still. Like, this is pretty good. They actually did get a bit further there. I was a bit worried, and it's only wave 23. Oh yeah, I set my DJ to red as soon as I max it, because you still have the slight price buff from the, like, max thing, 7.5. And I reckon it's so much better to have 20% damage than 10% damage. So that's why I've done that. And, like, the price, 7.5%, it's still not that bad. Like, I don't know, I think this upgrade's usually, like, 12.5k. That's still 1,000 off, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there's like, this is like the main thing of TDS speedrunning. Like, if you look at all of the fast runs in speedrun.com, this is the loadout you'd have. I don't think I've really ever seen someone with a different loadout. Like, like, a lot of people probably thought I was a bit weird to have Sledger in my loadout, and I even did one. Oh, I actually got the world record on, I think it was like, Crystal Cave or something. Yeah, I used Hacker. I used Brawler and Hacker, and actually beat the world record. I haven't actually uploaded that one yet. I might not, because I reckon I could do it so much better with this strat. But, it's actually it's a pretty good strategy, not gonna lie. Alright, but wave 26, here's a big problem. I didn't have many upgraded wardens, and I just maxed up all of my brawlers, which is why they got really far then. But, yeah, no, we're doing pretty well. Like, the zombies aren't getting too far. Wave 27, how long has this been? This was like 8 minutes 30, 8 minutes 20. Like, look, if you get to the wave 27 by 8 minutes, you'll beat the world record. Unless the world record is like under 10 minutes 30. Yeah, like under 10 minutes 39 or 38. Yeah, then it gets a bit difficult. But, yeah, so this is actually so crazy. The current world record for this, yep, what's it called? What's the map called? Abandoned City was 10 minutes and 41 seconds. Now, that is a really good time, don't get me wrong. That's set by iSteel again. Great speedrunner, but we are going to take most of his world records, hopefully. But, yeah, anyway, so his record was 10:41, which is pretty good. The next one was 10:43. I don't submit a run unless it's first. Like, that's just the thing that I have. I just don't submit a run unless it's first place. But, anyway, so, what I did is, my first run, I got like 10:48. Alright, here we go. Way 30, I sell on my farms. But I think I got like 1048 the first time. And then the second time, I got 1041. And then the third time, I got 1041 again, which is the exact same time that the world record was set. And then I had this run, which we may have beaten it. Let's see, guys. Anyway, I've maxed up all my commanders. This is pretty good. I'm placing more wardens here. But I'm debating on if I should just move my brawlers there once the boss went. But I did that in my last game, and we took a lot more time to kill the boss. I reckon in the last game I had, if I hadn't just spammed wardens, I could have gone like 1038, 1037. But anyway, here, so we do spam up some wardens. I do end up moving the brawlers here because they would slightly go out of range. The commanders, I have to make sure to chain them while the boss is out. But we actually did kill it. That was one of the fastest times I've ever killed the boss. So 2, 1, 0, and there you go, guys. 10 minutes, 39, which is actually a really good record. And that's the exact same one when I avenged my previous world record that was beaten by Icesteel on U-turn. I then beat it, and I got 1039, and he got 1040. So the first time I beat his record by 1 second, now I beat it by 2, which is actually crazy. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, comment down below. Leave this video a massive like. And yeah, guys, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.